15 years ago, when you called in here on election day, we'd have a 3-part triplicate form, and our hundreds of resources would mark down on paper what the call was about, rip off the bottom part, put it in a tray. The tray would sit at the front of every aisle. 10 trays would be collected every hour. And somebody like me would look through 100 to 1,000 sheets, try to pull out ones that mattered, that needed elevating. And you can just imagine the amount of time it took to actually be responsive. Well, the ACF isn't a perfect measure of election equipment. It is a measure, and a pretty effective one. The best thing it does for us is tell us how well we are responding on election day. Well, so this thing really now serves as the backbone of our election day operation. We have people on the phones in a number of different locations. We've got a call center that has 75 to 125 people that take primarily technical calls from our election judges. We've got a phone bank of attorneys, a phone bank that handles just voter registration. We've got 19 remote sites that manage our field operations. Each of those sites have 5 to 8 people that are on phones and computers. So this becomes a central sort of nervous system of our election day operation. So digging through the data, you're able to look at how well you function as sort of an organization on election day, with your mission being to solve these problems as quickly as possible. Beyond that though, we're able to look at particular equipment failures. I'll take you through a call that might come in from an election judge. They've got a problem with something on a touchscreen. So they would call our call center, our equipment hotline. The person there will pick up the call. Hello, how can we help you? I'm a judge, I have a problem with my touchscreen. Okay, let's get to that. First, where are you from? Okay, they identify the precinct that they're from, and we'll go right into the call form and key in, I'm from Barrington, Precinct 1. And in that interface, you'll see all the calls that have come in from Barrington Precinct 1, okay? And while the election judge is talking to you, you're recording what this is about. This is an equipment call. Then you're queued up, what's next? What kind of equipment? It's a touch screen. What's wrong with the touch screen? Oh, the printer isn't working. And we built a knowledge base into this system so that all the people on the phones don't need to be super experts. All they need to be able to do is read back what information we provided to them on screen. So we'll have some hot tips about how to fix this printer issue. Okay. The goal here is to filter as many phone calls as possible so that your excellent and high-skilled resources are only allocated to problems that nobody else can handle. The different people that are entering data into here, we've got that big call center, right? We've got a layer of attorneys. We've got a layer of people that are calling about voter registration. We've got a unit that is just handling polling place problems. So we've got all of these data entry points, right, that are specific. But our field operation is varied as well. Okay, we've got hundreds of what we call field analysts that are out there looking at specific areas. We've got a layer of technicians that have their primary duty is just the sort of care and upkeep of the equipment. We've got a layer of attorneys that are out. What this system allows is for all of them to be looking at one place. Somebody could call in and say, there's a power outage in a particular precinct. Well, how widespread is that? So we've got like a Google search or a keyword search. I'll go in and just say, type in power. And immediately I'll get any call that's come in that's referenced power. Whether the ticket's been closed or it's open, I can look for trends. Is there a system-wide problem? This allows you to immediately get a sense for the scope of a problem. Is it isolated? Is it larger? If a field technician is going in to look at equipment, they can see everything that's happened in that precinct. If one of our field specialists are going into a precinct, they can see exactly what's going on. So they know what they're going to get when they go in there, what the lay of the land is. They can also, when they're reviewing their area, filter the data so they know where to go without being dispatched. You can dispatch them directly, but they can self-dispatch. And that's probably one of the biggest benefits of the system. It's the ability for our resources to self-direct themselves where problems arise. We packaged it, and it's available to any of our colleagues around the country. We've got a documentation that's provided about how somebody would download it, install it, what tables need to be filled. Certainly they want to list their precincts, not ours, their judges, not ours, their equipment, not ours. Yeah, it's certainly available, and there are other counties that have shared this product from us. This is really valuable in a big organization, right, where we have hundreds of places where information can be coming into. But the smaller an organization is, the more that information all flows to the same place anyway. But because we're highly distributed, over 20 locations on election day, hundreds of resources in the field feeding information, this kind of tool has been invaluable for us.